Good morning and welcome to the channel on this, the 23rd day of May 2026, which is a Saturday, and here in the UK it's a bank holiday weekend. Just having my morning coffee, and I was looking for a subject for today. And it's very difficult because things seem to get much of a muchness. There's little changes. But I did ask the question, what is happening with the US-Iran peace talks? And the answer is not a lot. They're active, but they are basically stalled with no agreement. Both sides are still negotiating, with Pakistan actually being in Tehran, and then I learned today that Qatar is also helping with the negotiation process, which I find quite strange considering that they've been attacked on several occasions. Anyway, the current status of the talks is that no deal has been reached. Iran says it's still reviewing the latest US proposal, according to multiple reports. Negotiations continue indirectly, with Pakistan and Qatar shuttling between the two sides. Both sides have acknowledged that there is small signs of movement, but nothing close to a breakthrough. So the main sticking points are always, for America, the nuclear program. The US wants Iran to curb or suspend uranium enrichment, and they also want to take any uranium that has already been enriched. The Strait of Hormuz is also a major sticking point as Iran continues to restrict shipping and is exploring a permanent toll system for vessels. That is absolutely ridiculous, and nobody in the world will accept that. And the US has said that this system is absolutely 100% not acceptable and demands the strait be reopened. Iran also wants sanctions lifted and access to frozen funds. The US has not agreed. I think that is somewhere that there could be movement on. Iran demands a permanent end to the war on all fronts before signing any deal. Well, the way these negotiations are going on, I think they could go on permanently, so maybe there's some movement there. Pakistan's army chief, Asim Munir, is in Tehran for the second time this month to push both sides towards a deal. I must admit that they are trying very hard. And now, as I've said, Qatar has also joined the mediation track, meeting Iranian officials in Iran. Despite all this diplomacy, there is a risk of escalation. The US is preparing possible new strikes if talks fail. It's strange, this, because Iran seems to want to drag it out, and maybe they're dragging it out so that they can build up their reserves of drones, rockets, whatever. And maybe they don't, maybe they're absolutely serious. It's very difficult to say. Iran warns it will not accept threats and continues to assert control over Hormuz, but they're also making threats, saying that if America attacks again, that there will be a much wider conflict. What they mean by that, I'm not quite sure, or who they would send drones and rocket attacks to. It's difficult to say. Certainly the Middle East is close, and they could do something there, but whether they could go further than that, I'm not sure. So the bottom line is the talks are alive but fragile. There is no agreement, no ceasefire breakthrough, and major disputes remain unresolved. Mediation is intensifying, but both sides are still far apart on nuclear limits, sanctions, relief, and control of the Straits of Hormuz, which seems to be virtually where we were last week and the week before and the week before that. Maybe it's going to be the same next week and the week after that. Who knows? If I know, or if I find out from my sources, I will let you know. Thanks for listening today. Talk to you again tomorrow.